I awoke to the sound of a young girl calling my name. Groggily, I trudged over to her, rubbing my eyes.
"Oh, there you are."
She smiled sweetly as she handed me a bowl of food. After seeing it, I began to eat. She went off to feed the other children of the house. All of us were orphaned. Lost our families to gang activities, robbing, and murders. I chose to eat alone, secluding myself from the other children, for that was the way I always ate, and began to think of the events that put me in this situation. Tears came to my eyes as I remembered the passing of my mommy. She was murdered by the local gang for the family heirloom, the only thing we owned that had any value. Filled with sorrow, I left the house and sought a place of solitude on the outskirts of town. I sat there, merely staring into the horizon, praying to the powers that I could see my mommy again. Clutching the only thing I had to remember her by, an old worn keepsake. It had lost its color with age. I resolved to visit her grave again. None of the children would miss me, and the girl knew where I'd be, for I often grieved in the cemetery. I knelt by Mommy's grave, again praying to the stars above that I could have my mommy back. And somehow, my prayers were answered. My mommy stood beside me, smiling lovingly. I danced for joy. I had my mommy back. We would play for hours together, and play we did, into the wee hours of the morning. We danced and pranced and played and had so much fun together. I never wanted to leave. But then the girl came calling. She was worried, and since I didn't want to scare her, I came down and walked over to her. She was delighted to see me. I looked around, hoping that Mommy had come too, but she was nowhere to be seen. Disappointed, I shuffled back home and decided to visit Mommy again later. The next day, I slipped away from the house to visit Mommy again. She was really happy to see me. We played for hours and forgot the troubles of the world, until the other grievers began to murmur, yell, scream, "Ghost! There's a ghost!" I looked around, not understanding their alarm. There was no ghost, just me and Mommy. I didn't have time to worry for long, though. Mommy made them get out. We played until it got late. I went back to the house so I wouldn't worry the girl. I snuck home and saw the girl and an old man talking over dinner. They talked about the other orphans and how they were doing, and then they talked about Mommy and me. They said I had to let go of Mommy and my keepsake because it wasn't healthy. They didn't understand. Mommy wasn't dead. I rushed back to Mommy. She made it all better. We played together for what seemed like days. We were very happy until the men came. Psychics and Chandlers, talking about ghosts, exorcisms, and possessions. What were they talking about? There was no ghost. It was just me and Mommy here. What could they possibly want? Mommy couldn't make these men get out, but she made sure they didn't bother us. No one interrupted our playtime at all, until another new person came. They weren't a griever or a Chandler, but a young boy. He marched right up to Mommy and looked at her through some strange device. Then he made her get out. He took my Mommy from me. I was so angry, sad, and frightened all at once. I dashed for the safety of the house. He wouldn't find me. The girl wouldn't let him hurt me. But he did find me. He walked right up to the house and talked to the girl. She didn't stop him, but instead led him over to me. Terrified, I shrunk further into the shadows. The boy smiled evilly and nodded. He took me against my will, kidnapped me, and hid me away in a dark place. I'd been betrayed. The sounds of fighting could be heard outside. I would get my revenge. The noise grew louder. Against the boy. Against all humans. There's a loud thud. They couldn't be trusted. I heard the shriek of a creature in great pain. And then the words, "Go, Cubone!"